What up, YouTube? It's your boy Penny. Let's one checking in. Did you miss me? Some of y'all did. Some of y'all said y'all didn't want no more updates. But we got action, baby. So driver's side fender wheels back in. Fender's back on. I forgot to paint a couple of boats that I had them bagged and tagged. But when I did the fender boats, I forgot to get these boats down here. Those three black ones. And this one and the ones for the door, the fender, the ones that mount on the A-pillar or whatever. So I'm gonna paint those, but I got it up. I got still got to clean up the wiring, so that's coming, new loom. So I'm mocking up how I'm gonna run my power from the battery. The battery, as you know, is on the driver's side. So the big black box there is a 500 amp bus bar. It's fully sealed. It's got grommets. I'll open it up so you can see what it looks like. But basically, I'm gonna run power from the battery to that. And then from here, everything that needs power, I'll move everything over to this side. Y'all remember I had that fuse panel mounted on top of my battery. So I'm taking that off. So this is basically, the air intake is gonna cover that so you won't even see it. So what I'm doing is I'm running a 4-gauge wire to that. I did all my math based on the current. I don't need a 1/0 cable coming from here, from the battery to here, so 4-gauge will be sufficient. And I'm running 4-gauge to the bus bar. Coming out of the bus bar will be a wire running to the fuse that's going to the alternator. And then also coming off the bus bar will be powering my fans. These are 30 amp circuit breakers, but they're self-resetting, I think is what they call them. And they have this waterproof boot. So I need to figure out where I'm gonna mount those. So also going to the fans is going to be, going to that bus bar, the two red wires that are coming from the bulkhead. I couldn't find any information on what size fuse to run on these, so I know they had a fusible link from the factory. So what I'm going to do is I went ahead and bought 2 fusible links to put on these, and these are 12-gauge wire. So the rule is you go one size down. So the fusible link is actually a 14-gauge wire. That way, if anything burns or short circuits, that fusible link will break, cutting all power to the inside of the car. We'd be good to go there. And like I said, these are self-resetting, so if I got any short circuits on the fans, it'll pop that and it'll automatically reset. And the alternator right now is 105 amp. It's the stock Camaro alternator. So I just have I think that's a 120 amp fuse. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I might put a circuit breaker on there, but right now I'm gonna stick with that. So like I said, these are all the wires that need to go. This is the starter wire, so I just got to get everything separated. But I spent half a day today getting this mounted up, trying my best not to scratch the finish. Now, I didn't record it, but I did apply ceramic coat to the fender liner and the fender. Why did I do that? Well, it's under the hood and it's white. So my thought was, if anything spills on it, obviously dirt, oil, grease, hell, brake fluid, whatever, it's got protection and it'll easily wipe off. I did that. Actually, I did the fender liners about a week ago. I just did the inside of the both driver and passenger fender. I just did that today. And if we come over here to the driver's side, I've got my 1/0 cable ran. I ordered it, but it just came in. So I was waiting on that. Let me show you. So down in there, as you can see, the factory grommet. So that 1/0 cable is running right through there. It's a pretty tight fit. I had to actually push it through there with some force. So I won't even have to. It's not gonna get any water in there. That's pretty tight. So basically, I went ahead and ran this so that way, when I put this fender liner back in, I won't have access to that hole. So this wire is going all the way to the trunk. Well, it will go to the trunk. This is going to be for my amps. So this is 1/0. Like I said, I did do my math. I do have the wire gauge chart. I'm going to be probably pulling about 200 amps to the back. So 1/0 is sufficient for a 16-foot run, which is roughly what it's going to be, give or take a few. So as you can see, I got it sitting in the floorboard there. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But like I said, I wanted to have it under the hood. That way I can install my fender liner and not have to worry about trying to crawl back under there or pull that out. So right here we got the fuse that's gonna be run off this. This is, I believe in here is 150 amps, so I'm gonna have to change that. But then I'm gonna run ferros, because this takes ferros for that 1/aught cable. That way you don't have no stray strands of wire poking out. So it's coming together, man. I got my dryer painted. I got all this painted. This has all been painted with Sim trim black. I really like that color, or that actual the paint itself, because it's flat as you can see, but it looks like natural plastic. Like, it doesn't look like it's been painted. I did the same thing. I painted this with the same paint. Everything else you see that's black was painted with the Summit satin black, the hot rod single stage paint. All this up here. So we got action, man. So like my boy Swag say, slow motion better than no motion, man. I know I've been sitting still for a minute, but I'm gonna try to get back on it. It's hot, so that's part of the reason, man. We triple digits in Texas, man. If y'all ain't know, now you know. A couple more things I'm getting ready to do. As you can see, the coils are off. I'm getting ready to paint the brackets. I have the ICT billet brackets right here. I've already got them scuffed up. I'm gonna paint those satin black, and then I'm gonna go ahead and paint the covers, the valve covers. I was contemplating on getting new ones. I already have a second set over here on my 5.3, but those need to be painted too. Matter of fact, I might paint those while I'm painting these. But I'm gonna paint these red. What's on here now is wrinkle red VHT paint. When I was spraying the firewall, I got overspray on them. So rather than painting them back black, painting them back wrinkle red, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some aircraft remover on there, get that off, and I'll post a video when I do that. It's going back red, but I'm gonna show you it's not gonna be wrinkle red. So stay tuned for that. So this is where we at. Look at that pearl hitting. It's hitting. So I was thinking this wasn't gonna match, but obviously it was this thing has curves and all that, and this panel is flat. So when it was sitting out in the sun, this looked more silver than that, but it was just the way that the sun was hitting it and all the different angles. Like, if it was because it's white and silver, it looked a big difference. But if it was like a purple, let's say if it was purple and had a red pearl, you would have seen the purple and the red. But that whole thing looked silver sitting up next to that when I had it in the backyard. So I'm happy with it the way it looks under the hood. So I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. I gotta stop being lazy and grab that hood and spray the underside. We could put the hood on, put my new Ring Brothers hinges on, and this under hood is gonna be done. We'll have oil pressure finally, and I'm gonna take it for a spin. So give me a week or so. I'm waiting on some more sealer, man. It's materials, man. I have to use white sealer for that pearl in order for it to match. So, and then I want to use the same brand that I used on that, but I only bought a quart when I bought it. So I should have bought a gallon, but I really was just testing it out to see if I was gonna like the way it looked. It came out pretty good, so I'm gonna buy a gallon. That way I'll have it for the car, and I'm gonna get a separate quart just for the hood. But that's it, man. Penny LS1, just wanted to check in, give y'all a quick update. Stay tuned for more to come. I appreciate everybody for rocking with your boy. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can notify when I drop these videos. Like, comment, subscribe. I already said that. Like, comment, share. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok at Penny LS1. Until next time, holla at your boy.